Hey guys, Darin Nakakihara here. I am a 4th grade teacher in Southern California, and this channel is all about the art of teaching. So if that's something you might be interested in, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe. Okay, today guys, I'm gonna bust the myth of the supply list. Alright guys, today I'm going to take you to Target and we're going to buy some school supplies like a parent would do. I haven't had to do this for a long time because my kids are all grown. I got a 22-year-old, a 21-year-old, and an 18-year-old, so I haven't had to buy supplies for back to school in a long time. I printed out a 4th grade supply list. You're going to come with me to Target and we're going to buy everything on this list, okay? And we're going to total it up and see how much a parent has to pay just to send their kids back to school. Let's figure out how much this thing's gonna cost an average parent, and then let's talk about what really needs to be in these things. On a side note, I'm going to Target because I gotta get some dog food for my dog. My dog has gotten to the point where he'll only eat certain kinds of foods. Have you ever heard of Fresh Pet? He loves Fresh Pet. He's gotten to where he will only eat the grain-free version of the Fresh Pet food. So very refined palate, this Chihuahua of mine, very refined. Super excited. Let's blow the lid off the elementary school supply list, shall we? Let's go. Okay, in addition to these supplies, I'm also going to answer a couple of questions from Teachers Connect. If you're not already on Teachers Connect, what are you waiting for? Teachers Connect is an online community that was made just for teachers. So it's a place where teachers can go and collaborate and talk to each other and ask questions, post stuff. It's really cool. So go check it out, Teachers Connect. The link is in the description below. I'm not even sure that they have school supplies out yet because in the area that I live in, we don't go back to school until late August. So cross your fingers that the stuff is out. Alright, success guys, success. I got everything on the list. I went in with a list, but then they had lists from schools in my area, so I thought it was like a little more realistic. So I went through that list, and gosh, this list is so reasonable. It couldn't have been more than 30 bucks maybe at the most, and I bought the 2 optional items as well. I did buy a few off-brand things. I'll talk about that. I'll do a little haul at the end of this thing here, and we can talk about what exactly a teacher is looking for on their supply list. Turn right in front of me, man! I had a little conversation with one of the moms in there. We were talking about, she was looking for a black fine point black pen. Teachers, be very specific. It always helps if you make an Amazon list for your parents. Whoa, that car almost turned in front of me too. What is going on here, man? So, if there's one thing that was to be learned today. Parents in this area of the world are very serious about helping their kids out with their education. They go above and beyond. You should have seen all the families in there that were going crazy trying to find the stuff for their supply list. Way to go, parents. I know it's not like this everywhere, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna tally all this up. I'm gonna package it up. I'm gonna figure out some way to donate all these supplies to a school somewhere, to a child, to a family somewhere out there in YouTube land, okay? So let's go through the bag and see what the damage was. Okay guys, let's check out what I got from Target. This is like my first haul video. All right, so I printed this one out, and I went into the store with this supply list. Let me read you the things that are on here. Pencil pouch, including colored pencils, either 16 or 32. Black Expo markers, 8 or more. Small scissors, number 2 pencils, pre-sharpened. Personal pencil sharpener. That is just for the pencil pouch. Who made this list? Next, essential oil, diffuser, and oil. You gotta be rich to go to this school. Okay, so while I was there at my local Target, they had a section with school supplies, and in that section they had all the local schools that were in the area, and they had their supply list. So I grabbed one. This is for a 5th grade classroom, and that is the one I ended up buying everything for. Okay, so we're gonna go down the list and tally up how much we spent on this school's 5th grade class supply list. Are you ready? Let's get going. Number 1, 3-ring binder, $1.89. Next up we have binder dividers and subject and pocket dividers. Oh, the lady stuck them in here. Dividers. Good job, Target. Next, zippered pencil pouch. So I got the cheapest one they had, and it's like vinyl-y. $1.99. $1.99 for this thing. It's pretty nice, as you can see, with a zipper on it. Pencils fit nicely inside. It also has 3 holes in it, so you can place it inside of your 3-ring binder if you want. Next up, wide rule 3-hole punch paper. So this is where I had to change things up a little bit. And I have to tell you, as a teacher, this might be a problem, but the other pack was like $3.50. So I saved a bunch of money and just got this thing. Next, 1 dozen number 2 pencils. This one does not call out for sharpened or unsharpened. So parents, I want you to know something if you're watching this. Do not skimp when it comes to pencils. Get the name brand Ticonderoga pencils for many reasons. I will tell you my own personal experience. I bought some off of Amazon, and they were not the name brand Ticonderoga. They were just Amazon brand, generic. And what happened was the erasers, when you tried to use them, just fell right off. The pencil part was okay, but the eraser just came right off. And as you know, other 4th grade teachers, the eraser is the first thing to go, not the pencil lead. So don't skimp when it comes to your pencils, okay? This will not last an entire year for a student. 12 pencils, give me a break. 12 pencils, okay. Next, handheld pencil sharpener with cover. I know I got that. Right here. 50 cents, guys, 50 cents. Again, Target brand. Next, we have small scissors. Small scissors. I know that everybody likes the Fiskars. This is the Target brand. Let's see what the scissors cost. Scissors cost $2.49. Okay? $2.49. Now here's the thing, guys. As a parent, I always ask myself, why the heck do I have to keep buying these things every year? Where do they keep going, right? And the Fiskars, I think, were double this price. They were like $5. Why do we keep buying these things over and over? Really, I don't even know why they're on the supply list. Because in my own personal experience, these things, I just ask for them to get donated at the end of the year. I got 2 boxes full of scissors in my classroom from just students that are like, they don't care. So they just give them to me every year. Because every year, teachers keep asking for these things. So parents, you might want to even hold off on getting these things. I know it's only $2.50, but you might want to just hold off on getting these things. Because honestly, with the rise of one-to-one Chromebooks in the classroom, this is a lost art. Kids don't know how to use them. You're better off leaving them at home and having your kid cut up a bunch of paper at home because they get no practice at school by the time they get in 4th grade. So what's happening is kids also are learning how to type earlier, using less time in the classroom writing with their hand, which is a whole nother issue, right? They're losing that fine motor skill. They can't even use scissors anymore. Am I right? Talk to me, teachers. Scissors, is this a necessary supply list item anymore by the time they get to 4th grade? I don't know. Highlighters. Highlighters I do use. So one of the things in Common Core is that we want our kids to, we want them to close read. So that requires them to do some highlighting and to pull out what's important in a text. So this is a necessary thing here. Let's see, highlighters. Oh, $1.29. $1.29, and this is a good brand, Sharpie. $1.29. Next, we have a ruler, the all-important ruler. Guys, why is this on the list? Do you not have a class set of these things? If you don't have a class set of rulers by now, maybe it's your first year, I don't know. By the time you are years into your career, take these off of the list because you don't need each kid to have a ruler. How many times do you use this throughout the year anyways? Be honest. How many times do you use a ruler in your classroom throughout the year? Just go get a class set of them, have your school buy them, or just collect them. That's a good tip. But at the end of the year, okay, you're coming to the end of the year, you're cleaning out desks or cubbies or whatever you're using. Ask your kids and your parents to donate the supplies they have to your classroom for future use. You'll quickly establish a class set of these, okay? Rulers, 25 cents, 4-ounce white school glue. Come on, guys. Why is this on the list? Again, I did not buy Elmer's. I bought the Target brand. Do you guys care when it comes to this one, off-brand or Elmer's, when it comes to white glue? When it comes to projects in school, my goodness, do we really need these? Come on. Anyways, I've got so much of this stuff in my own classroom just left over from previous years. I don't know. Okay, white Elmer's glue. It's a good thing. Liquid glue, 42 cents right now at Target. 42 cents. Next, one large glue stick. Okay, I didn't get one large one because they came in crazy packs, but I got 2 small ones. And this one, I do like the name brand, the Elmer's brand, when I'm using glue sticks. And I probably use more glue stick than any other kind of adhesive. I take that back. My kids love tape. We're always doing projects where they need tape, and they're always using tape. The best deal on tape, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, moms and dads, is at Costco. So if you have a Costco card, go get the bulk tape from Costco in the office supply section. That's the best present any teacher could have for the year. Colored pencils. Ta-da! Colored pencils. $1 colored pencils. this too, like, I don't even know where to start with this. Kids will come with this. They'll donate to the class. I've got 2 bins full of colored pencils from all the years that I've taught. So again, collect those things at the end of the year. They're not going to use them. They're definitely not going to show up with them next year. They're going to buy all new supplies. Ask for the donation. You got to ask for the sale, guys. Okay, so that was the total for the regular part of the list. Okay, there is 2 optional things. This is very interesting how they laid this out. This is a different school district that I live in compared to what I work in. The one that I work in, we make it really clear that these are donations and not required. This one just says supply list, and then it has optional stuff on it. So it makes it seem like you're supposed to go get this stuff. But really, I think by law, this is all voluntary and just optional. So keep that in mind. Small calculator. $5.99. Small calculator optional. And it has the bonus protective case. Next, optional protractor and compass. Protractor and compass, 5th grade. Are you serious? Protractor and compass for the 2 lessons that you're going to do during the school year on those things. For real, guys? Come on. Okay, so parents, there are things that your classroom teacher really needs. And I would say there are some things that they really don't need, and you can save a lot of time and money by not purchasing everything on this list. They're going to need paper. They're going to need pencils. They don't need a pencil sharpener. Crazy stuff. Highlighters. There's some good stuff on here, but I don't know. So here's my take on this whole myth of the supply list. Every single year, kids come into my classroom on the first day of school with just bags of stuff. Bags of stuff. Everything on the school list. And you could see by all the parents that were in that school supply section at Target, like it is like a rush. It is like mad rush. Like they feel the pressure to get every single thing on that list exactly right as you write them. And that's just give yourself a break, guys. You don't need to get everything on that list, okay? We understand. I know it wasn't that much money, really. But that's neither here nor there. Like, I know for some places that would be like impossible. That would be the choice between eating dinner and buying school supplies that were useless for a school. If you are in an area where you're of abundance, where you're just getting so much stuff sent in on the first day of school, maybe you can donate this stuff. That's what I want to do. So listen, if you are at a school where your kids struggle with school supplies, I want you to leave a comment in the comments below, and I'm going to send this stuff out that I bought today to somebody on this list, okay? And I'm hoping that it gets into the hands of a student that really would appreciate this stuff, to a family that would really needs this stuff, and it would really help them. I would love to help somebody out like that. So I bought all these supplies. I don't have any use for them because I could use them in my classroom, obviously, but my kids are all out of school now, so I'm not buying back to school supplies anymore. So I would be happy and glad to donate this to one of you guys, okay? And maybe I can leave another link for anybody that would like to donate some stuff to some needy families, and we can get those things out to them as well. What do you think? Okay, so let's answer some questions from Teachers Connect. So the first question that I want to talk to you guys about is from Candace, and she writes, I'm going to start student teaching in a few weeks, and I have a meeting with my mentor teacher before the school year begins. Any ideas or questions I can ask to get to know him or her better? Oh, first of all, you don't know if it's a him or her yet? Okay, so any mentor teacher that is willing to take on that role wants to help you. They want to help you become a good teacher. You got to make sure that you are coming across as humble, hungry, and smart. Humble, hungry, and smart. Okay? You don't want to come off like you know it all. That's the worst thing you could do. You want to come off like you want to learn everything your mentor teacher has to know. And you don't want to come across like you're not listening in class. Because in your theories class at your university, they're teaching you all the theory. In your actual practice of student teaching, you're learning the art of teaching. So it's not, there's a difference, right? They're going to teach you what you need to teach in math, how you need to teach it. And when you get into your placement, your mentor teacher is going to teach you the art of teaching it. What to look for when you see a student that's unengaged. How are you going to approach that student? Stuff like that. Like they're going to teach you how to engage your learners. That's the art of the how. Okay? So when you go and you meet your mentor teacher, you have to find out what kind of teacher they are. Okay? For me, like I treat this profession very seriously. So when they say, okay, when should I arrive? When do you arrive? Your university should have a list of questions that you should be asking your mentor teacher before you go and you start teaching with them. When should I arrive? When your teacher says 7:30, don't show up at 7:37. 7:30 is already late. Get there on time. Okay? Show your mentor teacher that you mean business. Well, obviously you're going to ask them questions like, how long have you been teaching? Maybe you can ask them about their philosophy of education, and you can kind of get some information about what kind of teacher they are. Because we're all different, right? We all have the same objective. We were trying to educate these young kids, but we all get there in a different fashion. You can ask them personal questions because you're going to be spending a lot of time with them. But I want you, Candace, it's not the questions. I want you to think about how they're answering and try to dig a little deeper into the answers that they're giving you. This time you're the interviewer. You're trying to figure out what kind of person they are. All right? So that you two can get along good. All right. That's a great question, Candace. Okay, another question comes from Rosemary. Rosemary asks, how do you use Flipgrid in the ELA classroom? So Flipgrid is a platform where students or teachers can engage learners through little videos. And it just exploded onto the scene a year and a half ago. And it recently got bought by Microsoft and made available to every teacher for free now. So Flipgrid is free. Let me tell you how I used it with ELA in particular so I can answer Rosemary's question. Rosemary, how I used it in my classroom, I used it in centers. I checked for fluency. It was a great way for me to be able to efficiently listen to every single one of my students read. I also used it for them to collaborate so they can listen to what a student was thinking about, maybe main idea or the details that support that main idea, and then they can engage in some dialogue back and forth through Flipgrid. Flipgrid is amazing. One of the greatest tools there are out there, for sure. So if you haven't used Flipgrid, that is a great way. Fluency and collaboration through high order thinking. Okay, guys, so that I hope shed some light on the whole back to school supply list myth. All right, guys, so that was my take on the whole back to school supply list myth and how we really don't need most of that stuff on the list, and how we can collect stuff at the end of the year to try to make class sets for our kids, and so that we have an inventory of stuff going forward into future years. Because there's no need to buy, for instance, scissors over and over and over. Why are you making parents buy scissors over and over and over? And do we really need name brand pencils versus off-brand pencils? Yes. We need, same with crayons. We need Crayola. There's a difference. Crayons and pencils, don't mess around. Get the name brands. But other things, like, it doesn't matter. Do your parents solid, all right? Do them a solid and cut back on the stuff that you're asking for on this list, all right? For me personally, if you're going to make a classroom donation, that's a whole nother subject that I should make a video on, because Expo markers and Clorox disinfectant wipes, that's what Mr. N's looking for in his classroom. All right, guys, thanks for watching this video. I really appreciate you hanging out with me. If you are not already a subscriber, please consider hitting that like and subscribe button below. Teachers, I hope you enjoy your summer. If you have any of it left, I personally have a couple more weeks left. I know a lot of you guys are going back, and I want you to know something. I appreciate everything that you do. I appreciate you guys. All right? Thanks, you guys. Have a great day. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.